Just like to offer a big shout out to Touchdown Digital, the sponsor of this week's video. Well, hello everyone, Glenn Samuel here. Today I'd just like to talk to you about three books that I currently have in my library here. And obviously it's about photography, landscape photography. And I will be showing you these three books. I've had them for some time. They're all by English photographers and absolutely fantastic. Over the years, I've thought about producing books on my photography, and not only on the actual images, but how to create and make a photograph, because that's what you do. You don't just take a photo, you make a photograph. And reading photography books for so many years now, it's compelled me to contact a publisher here in Australia, and I will be endeavouring to get a publication printed. It'll be probably around about 300 pages, so it'll be a fairly extensive book, and it'll cover a lot about landscape photography, everything from settings and equipment, but more importantly, emotion and how to create emotion in landscape photography, because that's very important. But these three books are absolutely fantastic. I don't use Kindles, I don't like them. I like the feel of a book. So if you don't have any photography books, do yourself a favour and go out and buy some, because you will constantly revisit these books. Now, as you know, I've been doing this for over 4 decades, over 40 odd years now, and I still like picking up a book, especially when it's been written so everyone can understand it, both an amateur and a professional photographer. So I believe in reading books, especially photography books on landscape photography. Very, very important for your growth as a photographer. You've just started out, you've only been doing it for a few years or a couple of years. I suggest you grab hold of these books. Now, you can buy these books on Amazon. You can either get them brand new or second hand. I've got quite a lot of, as I said earlier, a lot of books on landscape photography and photography in general. So I'll get started. Now, these are from 4 English photographers, and very, very well known and very high class, very professional landscape photographers. They do this for a living, these people. So they are just superb to read and to understand. So the first one is Mastering Landscape Photography by David Taylor. It's a fairly big book too. It covers everything from aspect ratios, composition, and then it goes into the different areas of photography, like picture controls, file formats, weather and light, what is light, histograms, exposure values, aperture, all the way through to exposure, all the way through to preparing your prints or your images for printing, which I strongly suggest you do. A fantastic book. It also has black and white in here as well, post-production, but that's the book there. It's by David Taylor, Mastering Landscape Photography. Fantastic. Just a really, really good book. The next one is from Mark Bauer and Ross Hoddinott. Now, once again, this is The Art of Landscape Photography. Now, this is the updated version. A real good book, this one. And it covers everything from minimalism to developing a personal style, focus stacking. Then you've got the silhouettes, the woodland interior, shooting in poor light, movement and flow, shapes, corners and pointers. Just absolutely great to read. And it gives you ideas too when you read these books. So I strongly recommend you, if you haven't got any books like this, that you go and grab some, because it just helps your photography. There's another chapter in here called Spotlighting, which is very, very interesting. And I do a bit of that. And that's it there, spotlighting. And the images are absolutely fantastic in this book, both by Mark Bauer and Ross Hoddinott. They work together, 2 English landscape photographers, absolutely gorgeous book to read. That is The Art of Landscape Photography. Another one by Ross Hoddington and Mark Bower from the same authors as the last one is From Dawn to Dusk, Mastering the Light in Landscape Photography. And this is the pinnacle of it all. That's the book there. Once again, very easy to read, but absolutely fantastic. Sections like colour balance, processing step by step, cityscapes, rural scenes, stitch panoramas, sunset, lead-in lines, flowers, going to photograph flowers, colour impact. Then it's got this different types of day, like, well, that's what it's called, From Dawn to Dusk. And it starts from the equipment and goes all the way through to night. But that's how it is there, like that. Just absolutely another great read, From Dawn to Dusk. And I believe if you read these type of books, there's no doubt your photography will improve. It'll give you ideas. It'll stimulate your mind towards your photography. And I think that's very, very important. Having a plan and then going out and executing it and then making that photograph, owning the moment. I've always spoke about owning the moment. Just another fantastic, another fantastic thing to do is to read these books on landscape photography. If you're not out shooting and you're not doing anything else, or the weather's too bad, or it's too cold, too hot, whatever the case may be, I think reading books like that will certainly help your photography. So I just thought I'd let you know that they're the type of books that I read. I am going to undertake making a book of my own, as I said earlier. It'll be quite a large book, plenty of pages, over 300. It'll cover everything. So it's been a dream of mine to get this book up and running. And if this one's successful, I'll probably do a few more basics, and then leading through to intermediate, and then all the way through to the professional ranks. That'll be in books to come if this first one succeeds, which I think it will. So that's it for another episode of Sniper Photography. As I always say, if you are happy to watch these videos, please hit that subscribe button, the bell next door so you don't miss anything. So as I always say, be nice to yourself, family and friends, but most of all, you keep shooting, keep smiling. Bye for now.